Oh, voices outside. Okay. Voices outside. Okay, I'm going to pay attention to what I say, as I feel it all has meaning. Good evening. It's Saturday night. I felt drawn to do a live. Let's see who can join me this evening. Okay. Right, well, I've made some choices, some decisions. Choices, decisions. Are they the same thing? Well, I've made a decision to just have some time out from doing YouTube tarot readings. I don't know how long for, but I feel drawn to withdraw myself from the nonsense. But here I am from the nonsense. I'm not talking about spirituality being nonsense. I'm talking about the energy that is having to be worked through when you're tapping into it. And it's like strong. And the more that I feel, the more that you confront it, it's like the more it digs its heels in. And it's not, it feels like a waste of time, but I've got other things to be focusing on, spiritual pursuits. And I just feel like having my world without this contribution for some time. I don't know how long, just to see how it feels. Not just for me, but also for those that listen to me. So it was like there's voices outside. So I'd be that voice outside of you that's talking to you. Well, let's take that away and you're left with yourself. And I too need to do that, where I'm not tapping into a collective energy or an energy outside of myself, and that I keep myself private. And it's like having a holiday. Okay, I just need some time off, but I love doing this. So it's going to be not a challenge, it's going to be different for me to adjust and adapt, but I have a plan. Hi, Karina. Good evening, darling. Cheers, cheers. Hi, Blue Sky. Happy Saturday. Saturn Day, is it? Oh, cheers. Hi, Alana. Hello to the tribe. Hi, Lucy. Hi. I don't know if you guys just caught that, but I'm going to be having some time out. I spoke about when I first come on. It might be worthwhile just watching the first 4 minutes of the reading at the beginning. It will explain it, but I'm going to take some time out because I'm a voice that's outside of you talking to you, and I hear voices outside. And I want to withdraw so that I can just listen to me and not tap into the collective energy, which is extremely, it can be draining. Well, I'm going to see if it is draining, if I withdraw myself from it. So I've got my own little plan of not necessarily action, it's a change of routine. And also, I was saying, for those that listen to me, you're going to be left with yourself as well. So, a little experiment. Because I feel the more that we're pumping the love into this energy that keeps showing up, the more that matrix energy is digging its heels in. And so it's like, that's fine. Listen, we don't even need to be attached to the matrix. So, did that make sense? So I'm not because I said, I just don't want to be tapping into the nonsense. I am not talking about spirituality being a nonsense. I'm talking about the energy I keep tapping into being a nonsense. So, yes. I'm on my spiritual pursuits and I want to give it some more dedicated focus. And if I tell myself, look, let's just have a break from putting these readings out, it frees up a bit of time for me. It'll be good for us all. Cheers, cheers. So yeah, I love talking to you guys, but I've done it for so many years. What was life like before I was on YouTube? Well, you know, but I'm not like going away for good. You know, this is our sacred space, but it feels like intercepted with like, I don't know, unwelcomed energy that maybe was once welcomed, but it feels like it's grown hostile. It's like the more that I predict, like love and this is going to happen and that's going to happen, it's like today's reading was about being scared. And if you're not ready to face that, then, or just as you're about to face that, you can find that you become like unbudgeable. I know because I've pulled cards before. I've come onto this live and it's just like, yeah, it's ruffling the feathers now. It's like, oh, that's not my mission. It's to ruffle your feathers. It's to help you through. It's to help you understand the journey. And it's like, I'm cool. On with my journey I go. So 11:11 on my clock. I've got a divine feminine on my cup. So, yeah. It isn't the actual time, but on the clock. So I thought, let's do a live tonight. And then I've managed to explain to you guys, you know, personally, it's like, where is she? Well, I've told you the deal, okay? I'm just going to be dealing with myself for a while. And then tomorrow, being Sunday, because I'm planning on starting this on Monday. There's nothing like a Monday morning to get a new routine into place. Agreed? I don't know why we choose a Monday, but we do, don't we? It's the beginning of the week. Start on Monday. I plan on starting on Monday. For at least, I don't know how long, okay? A week. Because I feel like tomorrow I will do a light workers meeting and I'll record that one, so it won't be a live. And I will be alive, but it won't be a live reading. I'll record it using the charm casting board, like I did last week, where this side was the light. And if you remember, we're right off the charts, nowhere near the matrix. So all the time that I keep delving here in this middle passageway of trying to help, hey, any of you ready to understand a bit more, or do you have any questions, you know, sensible questions and but there feels a real strong resistance here. It's like the energy really is like, why don't you just like fuck off? And it's like, that's cool. I don't need to be told twice. See ya. Like that. I'm talking about energy. No one's told me to fuck off, but the cards have told me that I'm ruffling feathers, and it's like, well, that's cool. I don't mean to do that. I'm just like being me. I'm being me. I'm not being mean. But I'm cool. I don't need this nonsense. And I've always said, even if it's within my own space, if it was within my own home and I was experiencing hostility, if they won't move, I fucking will. Whether it's a home, job, relationship, YouTube channel, there is no fucking barrel. I'm gone. I don't care. You just create elsewhere, don't you? So, that's cool. That feels quite liberating, being able to say that, you know. Oh, add a Q&A sticker. Love your job? Absolutely fucking love being a truth speaker. I'm not being mean. I'm being me. I do. I love my role of speaking about spirituality. That's what I love to do. That's how I love to talk all day long, is about interesting, mystical. I like having these discussions. I don't really talk about the weather or politics. It's, about the afterlife or energy. So I'm working towards creating that where every day I can talk about that, but with people that actually want to talk about that, because that's what my business is about. 11:11 on the timer, Alana. Where on YouTube they kind of come in and say, what's all this about, and blah blah blah, but where I'm going, the people will sort me out in a different way, not with their resistance. It's more about knowing what I'm doing, what I'm representing, and embracing that, or wanting to at least embrace that. That's the path I'm on. I'm not being mean, I'm being me. Love it. Awesome. That should go on like a piece of paper, shouldn't it? I've got a card. Katrina, I've made some cards. I don't know, to add to, who knows what I'm going to be doing in my absence. It's all going to be spiritual stuff. It could be a new layout for the channel. I'll be able to work on some stuff, privately, and have it all recorded. I don't know. Who knows? I'm going with the flow. But I do love you all. And well, you'll be able to feel me, won't you? And what about we all keep a journal? I know some of us do keep journals. I'm not one of those people. But it'd be interesting for me to journal down like number synchronicities or, just synchronicities. Things that, well, that's strange or that's odd. And then I can share them at some point with you on a reading. And you go, oh, that happened to me and that happened to me. Yeah. I believe this is just building our faith in our own intuition, being in touch. Well, our intuition, we should not seek outside of ourselves, should we? That's why it's called we go in for our tuition. And hopefully you guys know how to do that. I need to go and do that rather than like just using collective readings to get the energy out. I can do that on my own. Right, what was I going to get? A card to put that quote on. Okay. This has to go in with the Channel of Love cards though. Like it's the same size. Right, we need a pen now. Okay. Let me find a marker pen. How big is that one? Oh, that's not a marker pen. Oh, we've got a big Edding 300. It's a permanent marker. Katrina, it's windy where I am at. I love it. The crows crow. Love it. I love this plan. Yeah. I know. Awesome, isn't it? The divine come up with it. It's a divine plan. What am I writing down? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I'm not being mean. I'm being me. Yeah. So. Oh, this pen's not great, is it? I'm not being, getting thicker now, look, mean. Should we put an exclamation mark? Yeah. I'm being mean. And that is what fucks them off or ruffles their feathers. And they know it. Do you know what? They're mean, okay? You pull them up on it and all of a sudden you're being the mean one. You make sense of that because I still can't. It's like, hang on a second. Or you can't discuss it, you're like stonewalled. Is that what they call it? Diversion. It's like, whoa. Yeah. Anyway. Ain't got time for none of that. Well, anyway, this evening, should we just have a tap in? And see what the energy wants to tell us. I want to say something about transparency. When them two cards were stuck together, I moved out the other one. So this is taking me to like a carbon copy. So if I had the other card underneath, the ink might have leaked through. It's like, no, you're not going to project your meanness onto me and make me out to be the mean one. No fucking way. See right through that bullshit. Manipulative little fuckers they are. And they think we're stupid. We are. The Divine Feminine. Hi, Sherry. Hey, darling. Cheers. Ladies, I know that I haven't got to your chat. I've just been preoccupied. It would change. Monday. Be there or be square. What shape would you be? I'm going to be a triangle. Oh, okay, triangle. I actually see a star in my mind, but apparently I'm going to be a triangle. I don't want to be a triangle. I'm going to be a star. Okay. So now that we've addressed that, about like keeping our distance to outer voices, I feel this energy, they're going to feel a bit lost, but that's not our problem. Okay, this is encouragement. Yeah, I feel that's the energy now of the Queen of Pentacles, like we've got a plan, yeah? We're brave, we're courageous, and we encourage each other to think for ourselves, act for ourselves, defend ourselves. We encourage that. It's like girl power, but not like the Spice Girl variety. Colours of the world, spice up your life. Every boy and every girl, spice up your life. People of the world, spice up your life. I thought that just said, I just channeled out the freezer. Okay, you just cleaned out the freezer? Okay, this is encouragement. Shut up. What do you want? That's what comes through. What do you want? I'll tell you what keeps coming through is they want to fly on the wall reading to know what the Divine Feminine's doing. See, this is where things have shifted a bit because we're no longer really interested in what they're doing. But they're, I don't know what the right words are. What's perpetrating mean? Perpetrating the readings? A Knight of Wands is after just passion, isn't he? Sex. And it feels that energy's over, because that's the Queen of Pentacles, so she wants a bit more security than Mr. Loverman. That's over. You cleaned your room yesterday? Good clean out and cleansing and repatterning. Add a Q&A sticker. Slack or Teams? What does that mean? Can anyone tell me what that means? It says Slack or Teams. I don't understand that. Your bedroom is definitely on the list. I want to purge my closets. Sherry's cleaned out her fridge. Slack is a place to work virtually. Oh, okay. Thanks, Alana. And team is obviously working in a team. Well, that's an interesting question to ask, isn't it? So what are we choosing? Slack at the moment. Or we team? I don't know. Like a place to chat. What Slack is? Oh, well, we're not going to do that, are we? What's a team then? Because I viewed that as working solo or working as a team. Oh man, they are both probable online workspaces. Shit me Norvers. I don't have a clue. Look, at the moment, I want to work alone. I was actually going to start up a conversation regarding a business partnership with someone who's in the same kind of line of business. But she's actually like thinking of closing down, and I was thinking about joining partnerships. And I spoke to my daughter about it, and she said to me today, "Did you have a word with that lady?" I said, "No." I said, "I don't need to go into partnership with anybody. I don't need to share my ideas, my vision with anyone else, and I don't need anyone else interfering with my vision either and adjusting it. And no, I don't need it." I said, "I don't actually know why I recommended it. I do, to help her out maybe, but it's not because I need the help. I'm quite capable of setting up on my own. I mean, it would be nice to have a partner, but the right one with the same vision. Yeah, it's risky business, isn't it? Going into partnership with somebody. We're all quite capable and competent. So I realised that most of the time when I ask people for help, it's not because I need the help, it's because I want them to feel involved. I do it at work. So I'll ask their opinions on stuff. Not because I need it, but because I want to work as a team. It's not because I need it. Maybe you need to have a look at that yourself. Do you actually need assistance or anyone else's opinion? Or do you just ask them so that they feel involved? Cheers. I prefer Slack. Teams is Microsoft. I don't do any of that stuff. Oh, interesting. I've learnt something new today, though. You've been better about asking for help, and I really need it. That's good. That's good. Karina, I need help too. Okay. This is good though, isn't it? That you can say that you need help. You know, I'm sitting here thinking that I don't need help from outside, but I have asked for help previously. And I have always been a self-reliant person from a young age. And I suppose I've just explained my behaviour where I've always had to take care of myself and think for myself. And I've always spent a lot of time alone. Like now, I'm just in a house alone at night. And that's been like that for many, many years. Like even as a child, I would just stay awake late at night, all night sometimes, on my own. I love my own space and just having chats to myself. I've been doing this stuff a long time, yeah. But like I said, I missed that because I then went on to like sharing my chats with you guys through the cards. And, but it seems that whenever I've asked for help, I don't know, hasn't been the right kind of help. It hasn't helped me. So every time I did ask for help, I was kind of directed back to myself. I don't know if that's all part of the process. That's just my story. But I have physically asked people for help and I've been physically rejected. People have said to me, I can't help you, or you need to go like get counselling for help. When like I'm asking a trusted person, you know, can I talk to you? I've been told no. And so I've just accepted rather than taking that personally. I mean, that hurts when you're really struggling. It just diverted me back to stop looking outside of yourself for help. When I was losing my home and being evicted, no one would help me. Everyone's telling me to go and ask for help, but no one would help me. They wouldn't rehouse me. They sent me around the houses. They messed me around a lot until I asked the actual question, can you like find me and my children a home? And it was like, no. It's like, okay, stop wasting my fucking time. Well, I didn't swear. It's like, thank you for your help. I'm just going to go and do what I should have done, is just sorted myself out. And it did work out. And we're talking, there was no help. Nothing come through until like 2 days before I had to be out of the house. And so everything for me has just been a lesson to go within. You've got this. You have to have faith. The divine's got you. Well, they've always had me. Because no other fucker has. That's how I've learnt to care for myself. And not become reliant upon others. Yeah, anyway. Alana, I source everything within, and when presented support, I accept it. Yes. Yes, I do that a lot now. Well, I find now that I don't like have a pity party about not having that support, and I've had many pity parties about that and shed many tears of being rejected and ostracized, is that the right word? Just pushed out because I don't quite fit in with their way. That's that energy, you know, I'm not mean. I'm not being mean. I'm just being me. I haven't been mean. And I think that's why people stay away. Because if they were questioned to be asked, what did I do? They can't come up with a single thing. That's all the people that have rejected me. They've shown that it's hard to say. I don't want to say that they don't love me or care for me, but they don't know how to deal with me or the truth. So, yeah. So I haven't been mean. If I've been mean, I'll apologise. I know when I've been mean, and I apologise when I'm mean. But I'm not going to be apologising anymore for stuff I don't need to apologise for. Say what? You check your own hyper independence. Yeah, so let's get back to what I was saying about the past pity parties. There They say change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. So, okay, not meant to look outside of myself. I mean, then there is another spin on that where people can say that you can't be told, or I've heard it all. Well, I imagine I haven't heard it all. I've heard enough. You only like the sound of your own voice. My answer to that is yes. And I suggest that you listen to yours as well. Wisest person you'll ever listen to is your own voice. But people will use that as a negative thing. Or you can't be told. No. I can tell myself, I didn't ask you for your opinion. You projected that on me. And then when I don't accept it as my own truth or want to follow that through, then I can't be told. I wasn't telling anybody else what to do. So you get wise. But what I found now is I get more help and I accept it. And well, of course I accept it. It's welcomed, isn't it? When you've been breadcrumbed and you're so happy when somebody gives you just a little bit of help because the norm has been there's been no one around to help you, of course I'm going to take it. And I'll appreciate it. And I'll respect that person. But I find that my children do so much for me. Now that I'm not really bothered about receiving help, whether it's around the house or, with housework, we can all get stressed out. Don't feel that people are pulling their weight. Just mind your own business. If it bothers you that much, you clean it up. I was only talking to my daughter about the 2 rules that I had when they were teenagers. And my eldest daughter was challenging. And I would say to her, there's only 2 things that I ask. And they're nothing to do with like keeping your room tidy or doing the housework. I didn't have my children to do that stuff. One day, like now, they're having to do that stuff now that they're adults. I'd say to them, you treat people kindly and with respect. That's all I ask. Because respect starts within the house or it doesn't start at all. And I have the 2 most respectful girls I've ever met. Well, apart from myself. That's all I asked. Kindness and respect shown within this house. Anyway, why did I go off on a tangent then? Did I go off on a tangent? Right, let's have a look at some more energy. It's all right, I'm going away for a bit now, aren't I? If I've ruffled your feathers, well, they're just truths. Whoops. I didn't have my children to do my housework. I didn't have my children to look after each other. I didn't have my children to put into childcare. There's lots of things that I've done that people just get angry because they didn't do that and they chose another path. Don't get angry at me. I didn't listen to anybody else, did I? No, I listened to myself. I've done what I wanted to do. And all I've ever wanted to do was be a good mum and a good wife. And there's nothing wrong with that, is there? But that's me I'm talking about. So tomorrow we'll do a light workers meeting. We'll get the board up. We'll see where, because this was the spiritual side. This was what we called the matrix, didn't we? Okay, programmed. People just not following their own intuition. Should we just say that? We're talking like, what's the percentage now, do you reckon? It used to be 2% would follow their own intuition and 98% wouldn't. I don't think it's 98% anymore. I reckon about 60. And the people that are leaving this type of programming, which, I mean, it's becoming easier to see, isn't it? The illusion. Like you've been under an illusion. They're wanting a way out. And that's that 4D area. The unknown, but sure better than that. That's lovely. That's a blending of the feminine and masculine energy. It's temperance. So that would be, obviously, look, the secret agent is you are a blending of the feminine and masculine energy. When you need to be nurturing and soft and compassionate and comforting, well, bring in the feminine. And when you need to be steadfast, protective, defending your motherland, your divine feminine energy, in comes the masculine energy. When you have an idea, but it's like hard around the edges, bring in your feminine energy to soften it up. She's the intuition, he's the action, all in one vessel. It's finding a way to explain it, isn't it? And I mean, we've heard all this stuff before, but when I was in network marketing, I'd have to take like new recruits, okay, to these meetings, and these meetings bored the shit out of me. I was it resonated, but I don't know, it was just like simple stuff. And I would talk more personal development, they would talk more business. I'd take a new recruit, and it would just be maybe a simplest thing that somebody else says that just, I don't know, they go, and they start telling me about what they've like discovered, and you just like listen and go, I've been trying to tell you that for different way, different approach. You never know what somebody's going to say that just makes sense. Make a wish. You know what I saw there? Stud. Make a wish. We've got Mr. Lover now. Okay. Right, so should we go to the Oracle and let the Oracle do some talking? Give me a rest. Give me a break for a moment. I've said quite a lot, haven't I, in the last 38 minutes and 22 seconds? Say what? I said I'm having a break for at least a week. Not because I'm feeling weak, but I'm feeling inspired, in spirit to create. You've got to stay well away from the matrix, okay? If you want to create, you need to stay away from those that are dream eaters. They put doubt in. I giggle now. I just look at them and say, you do know that they're your fears and not mine. Oh, it's what they come up with. Or everything that could go wrong. And it's like, you do know my mind never went there. And that you're just pointing out what you would be afraid of. And I'm not you. And whatever competition's around is not me. Like, I have no doubt. But I listen to others and it's like, oh my, you are a menace. A menace to dreamers. Your wish is to get plenty of rest so that I can have a lot of energy to create and go for what I want. Karina, that's exactly what I'm feeling. It's like, let's just have some time out. Let's just like recompose. Okay. Let's find our tune, our own soul song. Not for anyone else. Not doing like any spiritual work for anybody else, just for me connecting with me. And just, living there for a bit. Whilst they are living in a box. And we're living in a cardboard box. And we're living in a box. Anyway, we're just going to talk about that energy for the next couple of days, because Monday's a new week. and we've got new intentions, and we understand why. It's like stumping our growth, playing around with these guys. It's like it's time to evolve, move up a level. So we've got heart of the moment. And we've got the temple. A lot of cards here. And we've got the spaces between the words. That temple I felt is your own sacred temple. Heart of the moment, okay? Just take a moment to sit with yourself in your heart. Look at all this that's coming through here. I mean, we are not alone, and we have all the help that one requires. Did you hear that beep outside? Let's see if it will do it again. Once you stop looking outside of yourself, go within. You know, when you close your eyes at night, just sit there. Or just sit there. Lay there. I mean, sit your eyes there. And there's a blank space. See what comes through. Just sit with that blank space. I mean, you can try that at any time. But it's a good time to, practice. You might fall straight to sleep, but the more that you tap into that space, like your third eye, that sacred eye, the spaces between the words. Ethereal touch, is that how I pronounce that? If that's the correct pronunciation, I think that's the first time for me. Ethereal touch. Now, I could slow down a bit and write down these words that I'm not sure how to pronounce. I need to become the student again, gaining new wisdom. I'll tell you about a dog walker that I saw this morning, and he was like calling to his dog, like, come on. Not aggressively, but it's like, come on. And the dog like didn't really want to leave the park. And as I walked past, I looked down and the dog was shuffling along slowly. And the dog looked so sad. I said, I think it was a gal dog, because I think he made mention. I don't know what he said. But I said, she doesn't want to go home. It's a she dog. She was she was showing emotions. She looked upset. It's like she doesn't want to go home. I said, why don't you let the dog lead you today? And I just carried on walking, but that's what I said. Fire and ice. Well, Alana's been in the freezer. That there feels like the energy, of thawing out now. The lovers. Look at their face looking up. Not at each other. So that energy takes me as one. One being. Two depictions of energy swirling around. The choice. So at the beginning I said I've made a choice or a decision. Are they the same thing? Well, I've decided to switch up a notch. We do know that we'll be rewarded. You're always rewarded when you do the right thing for you. always rewarded for doing the right thing. And that even includes saying no to something that you know you don't really want to do or won't make you happy, and you're doing it for other reasons. The Q&A sticker, one of them was, do you love your job? Not particularly, not my day job or my morning job, but I'm planning, I'm getting out of that and I'm going spiritual. I'll just use it for the time being. It has no issue using me. So I will use it for monetary gain. So you're rewarded. If you're not happy somewhere and you don't feel it's rewarding anymore, then switch it up a notch. You'll be helped, assisted. And this is like the energy of why you need to go solo, because it has to be your desire, a burning desire, and no one can take that away from you. So no one can take my YouTube channel away from me or me doing collective readings, but I can take myself away from it for a tad, I want to say, for a while, a small while. Just to mix it up myself, really, to have a swap of routines, to see how I feel, what my energy's like when I'm not giving so much. And I'm allowed to do that. Within nothing, there is everything. Absolutely. Let's go within. Are you excited? I'm like really excited. I'm really excited to spend some real quality time with myself. Yeah, I'm excited. Whew. Journaling. Okay, so what's coming through, because I was taken to the quote again, like, I'm not being mean, I'm being me. So someone may view like your distance as being like mean, as like a act of punishment. That's what the Matrix do. They use ghosting as a form of punishment, silent treatment. It's all forms of punishment. That is being mean. We're just being me. Okay, I've gone to the Tarot Grand Lux. You know, I went to the Oracle and did not read a word from the Oracle, only what's being channeled through me. We don't have to pick up a book. I can channel it through. You know why I use these cards and why I read from the Oracle? It just clarifies what I've said, I channeled before, just to help raise your belief and faith in the magical, mysterious. I don't need to. I do it as a tool. Otherwise, where's the evidence? Where's the proof? Even though people, you know, I don't know, still don't believe it when, you know, just magical things happen right in front of them. But I've settled really into it, so I'm in awe of the messages and how they all tally in. I try and do everything authentic. I don't edit my videos. I go live. I try and shuffle in front of you. I mean, if you went back and listened to the reading, the whole message probably would have been spoken about within the first 3 minutes. It's like I don't know, I'm not here to prove anything to anyone. But if it helps. But if it hinders, that's another fact. Well, we got the sun energy. So I feel the divine feminine can be... Well, it looks feminine to me. Now, the sun energy is the divine masculine's energy. But that sun energy doesn't look like the happiest card in the deck, does it? No. I don't think so. So, like, the heat is on. But this is the divine feminine's actually shining brightly. Look, she's a goddess. Bona fide goddess, I'm telling you. This is masculine's card. Ruffles his feathers. He's not a bona fide god, is he? No. He's been acting like a dirty dog. Yes. He needs to have a chat with God. Yeah. AKA the dog. Yeah. He needs to have a chat with that dog inside of him. Keep it in check. We should be able to keep ourselves in check, or at least learn to attempt to do that. So, the divine feminine here is shining brightly, a bit too brightly. It's okay. It's not too bright for her. Someone's going to have to sweat it out here. It feels the energy of someone really finds it hard to sit with themselves. But what you were dependent upon is going to be taken away from you. That's just like having fears. You'll be silly to have fears because you're going to manifest them. Whatever you're scared of, you're more than likely going to manifest. If you face that fear, often enough, it's not even there when you go to face it. And you realise you're as worked up about nothing. Much ado about nothing. Wow. So I felt the energy of the masculine. He's inside the feminine here, wanting to charge through. Now she's got temperance, dude. Nah, you're not going to ruffle her feathers. She's got her masculine in check. Eagle-eyed, hawk-eyed. It's like having like a tunnel vision. Okay. So this could be, if I can call it a test. It's like the divine feminine, we're switching up a notch. So there's a test, okay? How are you going to channel his energy? He's the Knight of Swords. He's like a knight in shining armour. Okay, he doesn't think too much before he acts. Can act like a dick at times. He's coming through. Just because he's in his head. Or, I don't know, his head's full of lead. He's trying. Look, there's wings, but they're a bit dark. So this energy... The golden child's coming through. So, yeah. In that film, Eddie Murphy, The Golden Child, is there something about, like, it's an 80s movie, isn't it? Scratching a record as he meets it, because, like, the golden child's like, he's like a monk, isn't he? I just see a shaved head. Right, so what else do you want us to know before we say cheerio? It's like a goldfish there. What comes through is you could have won a goldfish, but it got out of the bowl. with a cup taken to the fun fair. Back in the day, you could walk away with a goldfish if you got the ball in the cup. There's a long tale to tell. Taylor's oldest time, Beauty and the Beast. Ace of Cups, that's the offering of unconditional love. Okay, so Taylor's oldest time, Beauty and the Beast. I feel like we want to stop telling those tales. We know what happened. You spiritually evolved, you awoke, and that's an internal job. And it affects your external world. And here you are. Here you are. Whew, been a journey, hasn't it? That's right, Karina. False evidence appearing real. I learnt that back in my network marketing days. Like back in 2011, that was one of the quotes that was big. False evidence appearing real. Face your fear and do it anyway. You're always rewarded. Something good will happen after that, and when you can acknowledge and recognize and then acknowledge that that's a gift for making a right move. Like the less shit that's going on in your life means it means you're making less shittier choices. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Cheers. And you're role modeling to others how to love themselves, which is what we should be doing. Not allowing people to be codependent upon us or our advice or our presence. That's not good, is it? My children are very aware that I could go at any day. And if there's any look of fear on their face, I'd say, come now. For one, we know that I'm going to become your angel. For two, you know how to look for signs and how I'm going to talk to you. For three, we're not to be afraid of that, are we? I'll be taken when I've done what I've come to do, and when my time is done. The last thing I want is children scared about me dying. They're set up. They're okay. They know what to do. They know to go within. They know to breathe. They know all the answers exist within themselves, even though, of course, they ask others. But they know when it comes down to it, they know that they can tap into my energy and feel for what I would do. Now, is that relying upon me? Well, it depends if it feels right for them. We always remember wise words that people said to us. So let's forget the nasty ones and focus on the wise words. Those words of wisdom we've all received from, someone that we just remember. There's been people throughout our lifetime that have tried to replay to us like spiritual truths. It's like think back and remember. Right, so let's pull some energy cards. And I'm going to get this reading wrapped up. And that's a wrap. I can see his Bugs Bunny nibbling on his carrot. That's all, folks. I'm not very good at impersonations, so I'm not going to try. Well, hostilities in reverse. Oh, we know how I get bored of these kind of messages. I read this message. I'll read it briefly, but well, let me just get another one. The thinking woman. You got to think for yourself. Okay. Let's just read what the message wants to say. Hostilities in reverse. This takes me to, you've got to think for yourself. You've been so hostile that, well, really, it's like what he did wish for her to go away. So it's just his wish being granted. Yeah. But she'll only return when you're no longer hostile. You'll have to think for yourself. But there is this energy of, well, what is she thinking? Not about you and your hostilities anymore. If this is like a hostile, or has been, then we turn that around ourselves, don't we? And make sure that our inner masculine is not hostile and that he's going to take care of the feminine. Self-love comes in now. And the masculine needs to have a look at why he was so hostile and give himself some feminine nurturance and love and self-forgiveness. But come correctly. Start to turn things around now. Like for the good. Okay, so I feel drawn to read the thinking woman in reverse, but not the hostilities card. So that's card number 47. So I'm saying 47, but what's coming through is 1111. And that's already been mentioned twice on this reading. So Alana's seen it on the clock, even though that wasn't the time. And I saw it on the counter of how long this reading's been on for. So, female of wisdom or understanding, it's in reverse. This card reverse could represent a difficult time for your own personal growth. You may be feeling confused about your personal purpose or disconnected from your heart's true path. Yeah, but that's this energy. That's not her. If I say the divine feminine's energy, she doesn't feel disconnected from her path. This makes her feel disconnected from her path. So all the projection is really a true reflection. So you may be feeling confused about your personal purpose or disconnected from your heart's true path. Look within and open up to your own inner guidance. You can't make this shit up, guys. This is why I read these oracle messages. Not just that, a lot of people in these books that come with all these decks have put a lot of time and effort into these messages. I love the messages, but there's not all readers out there do this part. I always do the oracle at the end. It clarifies. Okay, shall we read it together? So look within and open up to your own inner guidance. Trust your intuition about what you need to learn in order to move on. Okay. The thinking woman, reverse, could also indicate a woman who is misleading you or giving you misinformation of some sort. Be aware and set boundaries. Remember, your own spirit is always your best guide. So if the matrix feels as if they're being misled, tricked, misinformed, the boundary's been set. Remember, your own spirit is always your best guide. Okay, affirmation: I open my mind and heart to my own inner wisdom. I am thoughtful, focused, and clear. And how do we become thoughtful, focused, and clear? By removing ourselves from the opposite. It's okay. You can soften that hostile masculine. First is recognizing it. You don't need to be feeling the distorted, toxic masculine energy when yours is a mighty fine gentleman. As within, so without. In a way, you could look at that quote, couldn't you? As within means that you go without, without anybody else's input. It's all distractions, isn't it? And that's where I look at the blessing of spending a lot of time on my own as a blessing and not a curse, not to be labelled as loneliness or unloved. I've been given the grace to spend time with myself and come to the realisation that's fucking fantastic. I love it. Okay. Oh, yeah, by not being a dick. Yeah, Alana. But if that's an outer energy, that's them, not you. Just make sure you're not a dick. Your masculine energy doesn't act like a dick. Or because what was coming through when I said about the card, and I felt it was going to go through on the other card when I was writing, I'm not being mean, I'm being me. I felt it was a carbon copy. So I felt like a blue piece of paper, like a blue violet kind of colour, isn't it? And when you write on the paper, if you've got that in between, it will print onto the next one. But you have to make sure that you've got a bit of card under that, otherwise it's going to go through. No, it wouldn't go through unless there was blue all the way through. Oh, listen. Who fucking knows anymore, and who really gives a shit? You're not a carbon copy, are you? You're you. You get to design and create and distribute your feminine and masculine energy, how you see fit. Oh, Alana, I didn't take it that your inner masculine is not a dick, is a dick. I took it that the outer masculines don't act like dicks because your inner masculine is not a dick. Most of this comes down to self-awareness. Having a look at your own behaviour. Which many they're just not up for doing it. It's too scary. But then they're having to sit and live with that rather than, swallowing their pride and addressing their behaviour. But you can only do that at the point when you know that you no longer want to behave like that. Then you can address it. Okay, that's good. I like that, Alana. I think we're affirming out loud for all of us. Just affirming out loud that my inner masculine is not. No, your inner masculine's hot. In hot pursuit to take care of your divine feminine. It's nice. We can just sit back now, divine feminine. Our masculine's going to take over, like within our vessel, I mean. And just have a holiday. Take yourself on holiday. You don't need to go away to do that. Although the card did come up with, if the opportunity for a jaunt far away or just a day visit, gift yourself that. Okay? You can now settle into feeling romance by yourself, like true love, self-love. And you'll never feel unloved again. That's beautiful, isn't it? To be at that state of being. Okay. Let's finish with a message from, well, I might finish with a message from the Journey of Love. That means I will. The Enchanted Map. I actually want to read from a book. Oh, I have read from a book, The Thinking Woman. I forgot about that. It is time for her to relax. Yeah, she's been carrying the distorted, toxic, masculine energy. It's like an experience in it firsthand, in the physical. And I suppose it's just really dawned on us that, you know what, we don't have to do this anymore. We can adjust we can adjust ourselves without like needing to remove ourselves completely. We don't have to be attached to that or take it as our own. Just because it makes toxic masculines, I don't know. They have no power, so they've given their power away. And they seem to think that they can, I don't know, force that power or reclaim that power by attacking that side. They really need to turn around and stand up for themselves against the people that, I don't know, take back your power from whoever you gave your power to. It's nobody to blame but you. You gave it away. Yeah, it's not easy taking it back because it means somebody else loses power, but hey. In we go, into the unknown. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Dun 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 dun. Another one bites the dust. Oh yeah. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone. Another one gone. Another one bites the dust. I'm gonna get to you. Another one bites the dust. Nothing to do with you, Divine Feminine. You're far away from this nonsense. Okay. Into the unknown. It's best you don't know. Ignorance is bliss. The least that you know, or the less that you know about what's going on in this arena, is blissful. Ignorance is bliss. I seriously don't know the details about what's going on in the world. Don't wish to. I know it's not great. I know I don't want to be part of it. I know it's not what I stand for. I don't wish to talk about it. I mean, people try and have full-blown discussions with me. And like they're talking to me like I should know this. And like, I really don't know that that's going on. I don't know who you're talking about. And I'm like, fuck. See ya. And that's why I'm getting out of that environment. Because I'm still within that program under someone else's umbrella. And I'm called to have my own umbrella. And you can stand under my umbrella. Yeah. Me and me. So now I'm taken to, okay, we're going to share this video. Solo by Clean Bandit. And I have a funny feeling there's two versions, but you want the Japanese version. And it shows the feminine and masculine. And I'm saying an umbrella, but it's maybe more of a parasol. But you can see I'm going solo. I want to read the lyrics to it. I'm sure you're fine with that. Do you know what I'm taking to now is the Roald Dahl book that I haven't read. It's the only one I haven't read, called Going Solo. And it's based on like his days in the war. So that takes me to like the energy of the masculines going through it. Okay. Well, they're coming home and it's like us as the feminine are welcoming them home within ourselves. Okay. Solo by Clean Bandits. So it's solo everybody. It's solo, everybody. It might be but it's solo, everybody. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, whoop. Okay? We're whooping here. So let's have a look and see whether this feels as if you're talking to, your inner self, your other half that resides within you. That's what I feel like saying. So let's see if who's talking to who. So I never meant to leave you hurting. I never meant to do the worst thing, not to you. So solo, everybody. Because every time I read your message, I wish I wasn't one of your exes. Now I'm the fool. Solo. Since you've been gone, I've been dancing on my own. There's boys up in my zone, but they can't turn me on. 'Cause baby, you're the only one I'm coming for. I can't take no more. I wanna, interesting, because it starts with an F hyphen. I wanna foop, foop, foop. It's like the first one's a foop. I wanna foop, whoop, whoop, whoop. But I'm broken-hearted. Cry, but I like to party. Touch, but I got no body. Here on my own. Okay, I'm going to stop because that's like when a message gets intercepted by the masculines. They're doing like a guilt trip stuff. Okay. Here on my own. Yeah, sit with yourself. See what it feels like. Okay. You're getting a dose of your own medicine. It's the best thing you could ever receive. Okay. The video is very good, and I still love the song, and I'm still going to share it because it has a different meaning to me. Okay. So I'd say I never meant to hurt, like the way that I've treated myself. I never meant to hurt you, but I've got you now. That's what comes through for me. It's a bit like when I learned how to embrace my inner child. So let's take the, from when I can remember, and all the times that I was hurt or didn't stand up for myself or was too scared to say anything or let myself be bullied, disrespected, and just laugh it off. So I had to go back and pick her up and tell her that I'm really sorry that I wasn't like brave enough to say, to speak up for you. And I've also had to do this for my children. So my children are 26 and 22. But when I were in a family environment, my family, my husband's family, there were times they were mistreated, as in verbally mistreated, talked down to, mocked, laughed at, and I did not feel brave enough to be able to speak up and say, please don't speak to my child like that. I would actually look at my children and like kind of say to them, let it go over your head. We'll be going home soon and you haven't got to interact with this nonsense anymore. Or don't believe that. Or I found myself apologising to my children for putting them in environments where people would just harass them or interrogate them or judge them. So not only did I first have to apologise to my own inner child, it was easy then to say to my children, I'm really sorry. I mean, once I had done that, they're like, Mum, please be quiet. It wasn't that bad. It's like, no, I shouldn't have allowed that. To allow my kids to be judged like that. None of them people are in my life. And it actually showed that everybody made some kind of judgment towards either myself or my children that was uncalled for, untrue, inaccurate. No one's in our life now. Just me, my children, and who they have in their life. Not one person is in my life from my Matrix days. Fucking fantastic. Can we leave it on that note? I think so. Guys, I love you. Oh, I know, Alana, that it's gross, more gross on thinking of it from an external source. Yeah, you don't need to anymore. We can apologise for ourselves, okay, for the mistreatment and for feeling intimidated, belittled, feeling ashamed. Yeah, enough of that. Cynthia. Oh my goodness. Cynthia, have you just joined us or have you been listening? Because this has been one hell of a fucking awesome reading, live, chat, whatever. Whatever you think of that. I really couldn't give a fuck what anybody thinks of me anymore. I love me. You've just joined? Oh my goodness. Jeez. Oh, maybe that's best, Cynthia. I could have seen you really piping up and like adding into it. And maybe we just don't need to give it that attention anymore. Anyway, things are shifting. So, please listen back. I'm going to. I'm like, you know when you're like, why did I say that? I don't question that anymore. I say what I say. I don't feel any of what I've said is untrue or out of alignment. I can't see how that could be the case when I've told you all to like just listen to yourselves and follow your own guidance. Okay, you've got no one else to blame then, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay. Oh, Mama, I've been my best version for a few days now. So happy I didn't have to deal with the bullshit. Oh, there was no bullshit. It's all from me. There's been no bullshit. We're not dealing with the bullshit. You're absolutely spot on. You're going to enjoy this, though, because it tells you the plan. I'm coming back tomorrow for a light workers meeting, and then I'm having some time off, and I'm suggesting we all do that. We all take a break. We go back to, I don't know, I want to say maybe a bit of normality, and just see how that feels now that we've had all this, spiritual, it's like a spiritual semester. It's like lasted about 8 years. Yeah. And so I'd like to just, be with me for a little bit without coming on and dealing with the collective energy. If we all just deal with ourselves and keep ourselves in, good, decent manner, humour, alignment, there's going to be a shift, isn't there? It feels great. We really are unplugging. Bear's going to be 8 tomorrow. Happy birthday to you for tomorrow, Bear. Happy birthday to you tomorrow for Bear.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Emily's just got home.
Happy birthday to
It's Cynthia's son, Bear. He's going to be 8 tomorrow.
Bear.
Bulla, 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 bulla. Woo! Woo! There are party poppers going off. Hooray!
Hip it,
Hooray!
hip it.
Hooray! Do you want to tell me why your vape is just like on that side? And then we've got an Adventure Time bag. She's just come in and there she is. We can actually see you.
Sorry. Sorry, guys. I forgot the camera.
Yeah, it's not looking at me, but it's okay. You can't see your face. Look, you just see your bottom half.
I've just dumped all my stuff.
You could go and walk like an Egyptian. That'd be fun. Walk like an Egyptian. Dun. Go. Down in it, down, down in it, down. Bit lower. Down in it, down, down. Yeah. Down in it, down, down, down. She loves it. Down and Hannah loves it. Any requests? I'm going on holiday for a week, so.
Where are you going?
Just away from YouTube.
Oh.
Just spend time with me, myself, and I, and just
As everyone should.
as everyone should. There you go.
Self-love.
Self-love. Anything else? Good. What other dance moves do you know? I want to go into a bit of a dancing queen energy. See, we'll have some time to do that more, won't we, without me being on camera? Emily is so right. There we go. That's what Cynthia said. Oh, Wish Bear, happy birthday for tomorrow. 8, Infinity. Yeah. What's that song? Infinity. I don't know. What is the song?
All I can think of, because you're whispering it, all I can think of is
Let me be your fantasy. That is that Mel. Okay. Baby D. Let me be your fantasy. Okay, I'm going to be my own fantasy lover. I'm going to be my own best soulmate. No more stalemate. My own best lover. My own best friend. My own best company. Yeah? Yours is on June the 8th. Oh. It's not far. Emily's is on June the 4th. That's when. So, Gemini babies. You bought yourself red roses last night? Oh, that's lovely. Okay. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go with it. And, yeah. See what flows through. Okay, guys. I'll talk to you soon then. It's not going to be too long, is it? It's not like it's going to be next year. I was thinking about putting up what's it called? A poll. I was going to say a survey. I wondered if you guys wanted to. Oh my goodness, you look like a what? I know you do. Why would you say that?
I put it on backwards and I just took the arms out and swiveled it around, so my hood was up anyway.
Did you say it looks like
Pink and everything, doesn't it?
Not really. She says she looks like a foreskin. My daughter's bringing through the masculine energy. Jeez, now she's got this pink hooded
Oodie.
overside. What's it called?
Oodie.
Oodie.
O-O-D-I.
But she says, I said you look like, I was going to say like a unicorn, but she said a foreskin. Okay, let me be your fantasy. Okay. Interesting. Right. What was I saying about a poll? This springtime, Easter time, I know Alana and Sherry and myself have had discussions about doing something like a little project. I thought I'd put a poll up with 3 choices. You could choose all 3 if you like. So, number 1, an Easter bonnet or a spring bonnet. Number 2, an Easter cake, a spring cake. Yeah, spring themed cake, baking, biscuits, whatever, cooking. On number 3, what was the third one?
Cream egg.
Where did you just get that cream egg for?
My bag, and I've just seen it up to in there.
Jamie gave you one.
Oh!
He came round. I know you've just manifested a cream egg. How do you like them? I like to bite the top off and then I lick the inside out. This all sounds a bit wrong, Em.
Oh!
What was the third? Don't tell me you've got more. Look, she's manifesting these eggs. What was the third? Easter bonnet. Oh, an Easter wreath. Okay, a spring wreath. So like we done one for Christmas, but a spring themed wreath. So I'm going to do a poll. And you could be working on these, couldn't you? You know, it's springtime. So I put a poll up and we'll see what the response is for tomorrow.
Or an Easter cat.
Oh, it's Luna.
Or an Easter cat. Hello, baby.
You're painting your nails red at the moment. Cynthia, shall I tell you something about my nails? Okay, so they had red on, but they were coming off. So I took them off and then I put pink on and I put 2 layers of pink on and a top coat. But these 3 fingers here needed another coat on. I'm just not sure why, but they did. Oh, I know why. Because I got white nail varnish and I decided to draw lines down this pink nail varnish and it looks awful. So this one, this one, this one and this one were white speckled. So I took the nail varnish off of these ones and repainted them pink again. Yeah. So then I went over all these with a top coat, including this one, while I waited for the pink nail varnish to set. Okay. Then I go to put a second coat on of the ones that I've taken off. This is a long story, but listen. Then I go to pick up the top coat, go over, and it's fucking black nail varnish. It wasn't the top coat bottle, it was the black nail varnish bottle. So then I painted them all black, and I just decided to take them off, and they'll look an absolute fucking state. What the fucking fuck? Why are we swearing so much today? It's hanging around with the Matrix, okay? Order! I'm telling you. Okay. I've got 2 balls in front of me, Cadbury's cream eggs. And you got 2 in there? We've got 4. Okay. But first, I was going to say, but first dinner. No. Let's do Cadbury's cream egg first. Yeah. Right. Time to mix things up, guys. Okay. Swap it around. Laugh out loud. I'm painting over baby pink nails right now. Feeling like something more sultry for tonight's live band. Oh, have fun. Have fun. The cards I pulled this AM, this is Alana saying this. Blessings for a mother, a blessing on the children, a blessing on your sleep, a blessing for good men and fathers. Absolutely. And you've smudged about half them. Yeah, I know it happens, doesn't it? I don't know why I paint my nails and then decide, I don't know, I've either got to go to the toilet and I've got to pull like my pants down. I catch them then. Or I don't know. I just touch something. It's like I just can't sit still. But that's what we got to do. Sit still. Okay. Right. Me and my Cadbury's cream eggs are off. Okay. And we're off into the unknown. I'll talk to you guys soon. As you would say, bloody mess. Absolute bloody mess. Look at them. I mean, I can't be bothered. I've been over with nail varnish remover. I've got to file and try to dig out and clean them up. And it's like, I need to paint them again. But I wanted to do this live. But you channel quite a lot, don't you? When you're doing things like painting your nails or listen to that self-chat that's coming through. Okay, right. I love you all dearly. I put that poll up. It'd be great if you voted. You don't have to participate, but it gives me some guidance on maybe what I can do. Listen, I can make my own choice, okay? I'm just involving you. I personally would like to do a bonnet. Yeah. Christmas time I've done some baking. I've done a wreath. I'd like to do a spring bonnet and get a really lovely bonnet and eggs and bunnies and I don't know. That's yeah. Let me put the poll up though, because I've said about it now, but I think I've made my decision. But I don't mind doing all 3. I've got ample time on my hands now that I'm not giving it away so freely. Right then, let's see where you can claim back some precious time. Yeah, it is precious. I love you all dearly. I'm just breathing through. Okay. I'll be sensing you guys soon, yeah? Watch out for the Lightworkers meeting tomorrow. And vote. What do you feel drawn to? What do you feel drawn to create or to help create this springtime? The cat's just ran under the table and put a paws up onto my knee. I felt like a bit of a rabbit energy. Okay, right. Love you all dearly. Okay. Take care. Much love. Bye for now.